Hey, it's Kelby. In this short video, I'm going to answer a question you probably have if you've gotten all the way through this AI optimization engine and spent some time working with Rock My Retirement. Why doesn't it optimize the allocations in my brokerage account? Great question. The fact is, it would actually be very easy for me to add that feature, given the way I wrote my code, but I won't be doing that. We live in a world of government regulation, and one of the ugliest parts of that world is the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, the SEC's regulations themselves are mostly reasonable enough, but in my 30 years of practicing law, I ran into the SEC enough times to know that there are way too many SEC folks who are on a bit of a power trip and who, in my view, abuse their power too often. They overreach and operate with a very heavy hand, and I'm not looking to be the victim of that. Now, one of the things the SEC regulates is giving securities advice. If I give you securities advice, I have to register with the SEC as a securities advisor. And the last thing I want to do is sign myself up to be regulated by the SEC. If I improve Rock My Retirement's AI optimization engine to optimize your asset allocations, you and I would both know that I'm not suggesting you buy stock in any particular company or industry, or even that I'm recommending that asset allocation. The engine is just trying to find numbers that would have achieved certain goals you specify in historical conditions. To call that securities advice would, in my view, be ridiculous. But I'm not going to accuse the SEC of not being ridiculous. And in the spirit of the SEC being ridiculous, here's how a bizarre of an approach they take. The SEC's registration requirements for securities advisors has an exemption for software developers who make a mobile app or a web app that optimizes your asset allocations. But the exemption does not currently include desktop software like Rock My Retirement. I don't want to end up in a fight with them over whether my app gives securities advice. Maybe someday the SEC will expand their exemption to include desktop software. But until then, I'm going to stay out of their way so I don't become their victim. So, for now, I'm staying away from anything that looks like my software is suggesting asset allocations for your brokerage account. I may decide to build that feature into a special version of software that's only for my personal use, but I'm not going to risk giving it to other people. Maybe someday the SEC will disclaim jurisdiction over stuff like that, but until then, I just don't trust them. Well, I hope that answers the obvious question about why I don't let Rock My Retirement's AI optimization engine optimize your asset allocations. But even without that, it remains an extremely powerful tool for helping you identify opportunities to improve your retirement strategies. And I hope that it helps you rock your retirement.